I am Dr. Rosana Di Lucero of Central Escolar University. Welcome to Module 7, Lesson 3, Artistic Masterpieces. This is created for global English competitiveness. Art is an enduring expression of significant human experiences using different forms, mediums, subjects, or materials. The sensitive artists unfold how they see the truth, human nature, as well as the beautiful and the not so beautiful in life. We seldom or never notice the obvious until the artists call our attention through their masterpieces. How they do it? Let's find out.
Hi there. Welcome to Module 7, Lesson 3, Artistic Masterpieces. Art is an enduring expression of significant human experiences using different forms, mediums, subjects, or materials. The sensitive artists unfold how they see the truth, human nature, as well as the beautiful and the not so beautiful in life. We seldom or never notice the obvious until the artists call our attention through their masterpieces. How they do it? Let's find out. In this lesson, you should be able to give meanings of words based on context clues. Answer comprehension questions after reading an excerpt from an essay, and compare and contrast arts using comparison of adjectives. For your reading activity, we're going to read the excerpt from Francisco Icasiano's 15-paragraph essay entitled Sonia, which is about art, the artist, and pain. Francisco Icasiano's daughter died at a very young age, and in the process of healing, he wrote the essay that critics considered as his masterpiece. The essay opens with a theme and his art's goal. Pain, I have realized, is beautiful only when one can rise from its depressing power. I have known people who have become bitter and cynical under the lash of sorrow, and I have known some who never recovered from anguish. My experience is important only so far as it may help others towards growth. It is worthless to me if it only implies vanity. Oscar Wilde wrote that pleasure is for the beautiful body, but pain for the beautiful soul. But what costly knowledge this is! Experience has indeed taken away more than it has been able to give. It has suddenly occurred to me that the real artist is measured by his ability to utilize misfortune in recreating the soul. I say recreating because art is the recreation of life and experience into that which best soothes and ennobles the soul. If a man with any artistic pretensions allows sorrow to destroy him, he is a mere artisan, incapable of producing anything of worth. For the first thing, an artist must recreate, before true art can be realized, is his own soul. Before an artist can sweetly harrow the hearts of others, his own must have bled. There is a story told of an ambitious singer who thought he would sing for the grand opera. He sang before a maestro who, in the middle of an aria from Rigoletto, thundered out, "Enough, enough! This will never do. Your heart has not been broken." In De Profundis, Oscar Wilde made the following analysis of sorrow in its bearing upon art. Truth in art is the unity of a thing with itself, the outward rendered expression of the inward, the soul made incarnate, the body instinct with spirit. For this reason, there is no truth. Other things may be illusions of the eye or the appetite, made to blind the one and cloy the other. But out of sorrow have the worlds been built, and at birth of a child or a star, there is pain. Besides sorrow's power of giving birth to art, there is another blessing which must come with all art and suffering. It is a way of thinking that solidifies and satisfies, becomes profound and permanent. A real philosophy of life that grows in life is, therefore, a creation, an art in itself, and not the mere adoption of some powerful second-hand outlook that always proves worthless when put to the test. GEC's lines, who never ate his bread in sorrow, who never spent the midnight hours, weeping and waiting for the morrow, he knows you not, ye heavenly powers. This realization of the reality must make a real artist of a man. Broken with pain, the soul dies to be reborn, stronger and more beautiful, enriched and ennobled by sorrow. The artist in the man rises above himself, shorn of all fineries and prettiness, all non-essential in the world. The artist flows naturally toward the infinite, whither all artistic effort must be directed. Thither must I direct my art. Art to me has ceased to be careful and artificial. It has become the natural life of the soul crying out to heaven for a vision of Sonia, pleading for a communion with her. I shall remove everything about me. When the last word is written and my hand drops limp and lifeless by my side, I hope to hear the gentle patter of little feet and the tender touch of little hands around my neck. Sonia. Based on that essay or excerpt, let's take this vocabulary. Choose the most appropriate synonym of the underlined words in the following sentences. I have known people who become bitter and cynical under the lash of sorrow. Extravagant, pessimistic, or noxious. When the blade of death cleaved through my heart, is it cut, chiseled, cleaned? He is a mere artisan incapable of producing anything of worth. Creative, artist, mechanic. The soul dies to be reborn, stronger and more beautiful, enriched and ennobled by sorrow, elevated, complicated, twisted. I hope to hear the gentle patter of little feet. Discourse, tap, rap. Here are the answers. For your comprehension question, answer the following true or false. A, if both statements are true, both statements are false for B. C, if only the first statement is true, and D, if only the second statement is true. Art is the recreation of life and experience. Art soothes and ennobles the soul. The maestro stopped the opera singer in the middle of an aria from Rigoletto. The singer was out of tune. Sonia is fiction. She is the main character of Casciano's short story. Pain is required to make art. Artists recreate the soul through their arts. Oscar Wilde, GEC, and Francisco Casciano are literary artists. Essay and poetry are literary art. For our grammar, we're going to take up the degree of comparison using adjectives. We need adjectives or adverbs for that matter in describing or comparing people, places, things, actions, or groups. Adjectives come in 3 degree or forms. The positive degree is the normal entry word in the dictionary definition. Examples, big, loud, or large. We use the comparative degree when we compare the thing modified with something else. Examples: bigger, louder, or larger. We resort to the superlative degree only when comparing three or more things. Example: biggest, loudest, or largest. Now let's form sentences using the three modifiers in three degrees of or forms. Make sure that clues are clear on what degree of comparison is being used. Can you identify these clues in the following sentences? First one, we're going to attend a big art exhibition at the museum. Big. In the comparative form, this exhibit is bigger than the one we got in February. Bigger. Superlative degree. This exhibit is the biggest we had in the past decade. Biggest. The singer has a loud voice even without a microphone. This singer is louder than the one who auditioned yesterday. Among those who auditioned, we chose the one with the loudest voice. The large eyes of the subject are the center of attention in the gallery. Anime usually has larger eyes than any comic character. Margaret Keane's paintings have the largest eyes among the paintings in the gallery. Remember, suffixes er and est work for one-syllable modifiers and few two-syllable modifiers. For most modifiers with two or more syllables, more is used for comparative degree and most for the superlative degree. Less and least are used for negative comparison for comparative and superlative degrees, respectively. Some adjectives and adverbs have irregular comparative and superlative forms. Let's take a quiz. Write the correct form of adjectives in the following sentences. Spolarium by Juan Luna is considered the blank painting in the Philippines. Use large. Fernando Amorsolo is blank for his depiction of the country's culture, its picturesque sceneries, portraits of women, and scenes from World War II. Use popular. Paintings are blank to do than photographs. Use difficult. Photographs are blank than paintings, but sometimes it's not that easy to see the difference. Use realistic. Relay hunting is blank than foundation siring. Use detail. Check your work. Spolarium by Juan Luna is considered the largest painting in the Philippines. Fernando Amorsolo is popular for his depiction of the country's culture, its picturesque sceneries, portraits of women, and scenes from World War II. Paintings are more difficult to do than photographs. Photographs are more realistic than paintings, but sometimes it's not that easy to see the difference. Relay hunting is less or more detailed than foundation siring. Let's wrap it up. The artists awaken our malady on things we seldom notice to appreciate life, realize truth, and broaden our perspectives. Artworks are products of artists' imagination. Adjectives may be used in three forms or degrees: the positive, the comparative, and the superlative. Comparative compares two things, persons, or events, while superlative compares three or more things, persons. For your reflection, which among the artworks do you find fascinating? Choose three and compare and contrast them using the different degrees of comparison of adjectives.
To delve deeper into these topics, I encourage you to explore the complete module available on Global English Competitiveness for B2 learners. Once more, I am Dr. Rosana D. Lucero, your instructor for Module 7, Lesson 3. It has been a pleasure sharing this educational voyage with you. As you embark on your next phase of communicative growth, Lesson 4, Art Evaluation of Module 7, awaits your exploration. Farewell and best wishes on your continued learning voyage.